We're thinking about commitment today. Commitment is like a promise, but a whole lot more. It's offering our whole selves, our strengths and vulnerabilities to something while not really knowing what's going to happen. And that's why sometimes it can feel like a trap. Without it, we flounder, and yet we often are reluctant to reject it when to commit or not to commit is in front of us. Today we're exploring 3 things about commitment. 1, why we need to commit. 2, why we fear it. And 3, what the real dangers are when we don't understand it. Dr. Michael Broom here, Organizational Development and CEO of the Center for Human Systems. Thanks for joining me today. Whether it's a commitment to a vocation, to a relationship, or to a particular goal, such as maybe becoming a master captain maker or winning an Olympic event, commitment is absolutely necessary for long-term success, including our commitment to ourselves. It's how we build ourselves and shape ourselves. But it's also something we resist, sometimes avoid, and even sabotage. Yet commitment gives shape to our lives. The most meaningful aspect of our lives only grows with sustained care and choosing over and over to succeed. That's over and over the stumbling blocks that life and we have a habit of putting in the way. But that's what commitment is all about. When we commit, we invest ourselves. In the process, we build knowledge and skill. We overcome and strengthen. We deepen wisdom and relationships. We stop circling on the surface and instead go beneath toward mastery, toward learning, toward love. Commitment gives us direction in a world chock full of maybe too many possibilities. Without commitment, we would scatter out energy across the myriad opportunity that life has to offer. They may be careers, jobs, possibilities, or other relationships. With commitment, we focus, realign ourselves, we gain traction. We give ourselves the best chance to succeed, and yet we hesitate. Sometimes we're afraid of being trapped into a commitment, a relationship, a career, or a course of study we fear we may not want in the future, or that may not work out. Other times it's the fear of failure. Heaven forbid I commit, it falls apart, and I have to see myself as a loser. Committing to one possibility means letting go of others. Suppose one of the other possibilities is the right one. So we stay in limbo, circling and circling, going nowhere fast. A limbo that is its own prison. Unfortunately, commitment offers no guarantees. For reasons we'll explore, sometimes it just doesn't work out. So don't let it become a trap. And it becomes a trap when it turns into blind allegiance. When we keep going just because we said we committed. We stay even if we've outgrown the reason we began, even if our continued commitment is doing more harm than good, even when it just doesn't work out. We're often told to stick with it, or we're justified. You made a commitment. Being loyal. But sometimes the best and the bravest thing you can do is to let go. Let go of your commitment if staying in it is doing more harm than good to you or others. Let go of your commitment if you're staying because you're afraid of others will think of you. That isn't commitment, that's captivity. Keep in mind that in partnerships, teams, and other relationships, commitment is a two-way street. If the other party consistently breaks the agreement and refuses to repair the breach, staying is being loyal only to dysfunction. That's heading in the wrong direction. Letting go of a commitment isn't necessarily giving up. It isn't failure. It doesn't mean you're a loser. It's honoring the truth, and telling the truth is always an act of strength. So don't just cling to prove you're committed. Real commitment includes the courage to say, this no longer works, and that's okay. That means staying flexible, reflective, responsive, and responsible. To avoid commitment becoming a trap, we need to stay conscious. Here are two things to help with that. First is periodic reevaluation. Does this commitment no longer align with who I am and where I want to go? Is the equity unfair? Is anyone getting hurt? If the answer is ever yes to any of those questions, reevaluating your commitment is a must. Second is periodic recontracting. The circumstances of our lives and our desires can change, and yet it's still possible to stay committed and grow. To do so, the rules of the relationship will need recontracting, though. The same may be true of careers or other commitments. Success asks for commitment with consciousness. Otherwise, what was once a source of energy and value can drain us. In closing, commitment is a requirement for success in anything that is meaningful to you. No athlete becomes elite without relentless training. No relationship thrives without continued choosing. No vision is realized without staying the course, especially when it gets hard. Commitment creates consistency, and consistency builds momentum. Together, they are the engine of accomplishment in full lives. Where in your life is commitment fueling your success? And where might it be dragging you down? Where it should be uplifting? The best commitments aren't cages. They're flexible boundaries. They give us the freedom, the shape, and the energy needed for satisfaction and fulfillment. Stay committed to what fulfills you, to what fascinates you, and what deepens you. And stay conscious on the way. If this has helped in any way, hit like and subscribe. Share it with someone who might be stuck in almost committed. Until next time, stay curious, stay courageous.